The coming days, between April 8th and April 12th, are poised to irrevocably reshape the course of your life. Yet for many, the magnitude of what's about to unfold remains entirely unseen. This isn't merely a subtle energetic shift you might perceive with focused attention. It is a full-blown cosmic detonator. We're talking about a rapid-fire succession of explosive planetary alignments that will propel every single person on this planet onto a new timeline, regardless of their readiness. If you recently felt ensnared in quicksand, struggling to advance only to be pulled back, continue watching. There's one precise reason for this sensation, and I'll reveal exactly what it is later in this video. So please stick around. But first, a critical understanding is required. Beginning Wednesday, April 8th, the universe will swing open a powerful door. However, there's a crucial catch. It will only remain open for approximately 48 hours. After this fleeting window, the opportunity will vanish, leaving you to contend with the consequences of the choices you made or failed to make during that narrow period. This is not a dress rehearsal. This is the kind of pivotal week that unmistakably distinguishes those prepared to step into their true power from those who will remain tethered to familiar patterns for another decade. The events of this week won't just influence April, they will fundamentally set the tone for the remainder of 2026 and far beyond. The profound energy you're currently experiencing isn't random. Let's delve into what you might have been feeling over the past few weeks. Perhaps you felt an unsettling restlessness, as if navigating through a dense fog. Maybe your emotions have been heightened, leading to tears over matters that would typically leave you unfazed. Or perhaps you felt utterly depleted, as if your energy source was abruptly disconnected, leaving you running on fumes. This isn't a sign of weakness, nor are you unraveling. This is Mars, concluding its journey through Pisces, traversing the final, most intensely confusing and emotionally saturated degrees of the zodiac. Mars, the planet of action, drive, and willpower, is the warrior within us, the initiator, the part that declares enough is enough and takes decisive action. Yet, for the past 6 weeks, Mars has been submerged in the boundless, uncharted waters of Pisces. The defining characteristic of Pisces is its lack of definition. No edges, no boundaries, no clear path forward. It's a realm of pure intuition, raw emotion, vivid dreams, and spiritual haze. Your inherent drive has been present, but has been akin to attempting to run underwater, exhausting, disorienting, and profoundly unclear. This is precisely why you felt stuck, why decisions have seemed insurmountable, and why you've been second-guessing every move. Mars in Pisces doesn't grant the clarity to charge ahead. Instead, it compels you to grope your way through the darkness, to trust your intuition even when the path remains invisible. But all of that is about to change, violently, suddenly, and completely. This Wednesday, April 8th, marks the inception of 3 monumental shifts designed to violently shake you out of the fog and propel you directly into the fire. And truly, by the time this week concludes, you may barely recognize yourself. At noon on Wednesday, April 8th, something truly rare and extraordinary will occur. Mars, still in the ultimate degree of Pisces, will form an exact alignment with Uranus in the final degree of Taurus. For those unfamiliar with astrological terminology, allow me to translate. You are about to be handed the cosmic crowbar, a potent tool capable of shattering the chains of something that has held you captive for years. The reason this is so critically important lies in the planets' positions. Both Mars and Uranus will be precisely at 29 degrees. In astrology, the 29th degree is known as the anaretic degree, the degree of fate, of crisis, of urgent and undeniable transition. When a planet reaches this point, it's akin to a pressure cooker on the verge of explosion. Everything that sign represents reaches its maximum saturation, and the universe demands immediate action. Uranus has been transiting Taurus since 2018, For 8 long years, this transit has systematically dismantled your financial structures, challenged your sense of security, and redefined your relationship with material comfort. It has relentlessly shaken the very foundations of what you once perceived as stable. Your job, your income, your living situation, even your intrinsic sense of self-worth. Now, in its final moments before transitioning into the next sign, Uranus is offering one last, pivotal gift, a sudden, brilliant, and often unconventional solution to a problem you've been grappling with since 2018. This Mars-Uranus connection on April 8th represents the universe's definitive final offer. It's like standing at the threshold of a door that's about to slam shut, with someone on the other side urgently shouting, "Now is your chance! Take it or lose it forever." This is the day when unexpected opportunities materialize out of nowhere. It's when you might receive that random text message that radically alters your perspective, or when a wild, undeniable idea strikes you with such force you cannot ignore it. This is when you suddenly grasp that there is indeed a way out of a situation you previously deemed permanent. But here's the crucial caveat. This energy will not wait for you. The Mars-Uranus sextile is supportive. It's offering you a ladder out of the pit. But you must grasp it. You must be willing to do something you've never attempted before, to embrace a risk that seems illogical, to trust the unconventional path. If you felt trapped in an unfulfilling job, this is your prime window to initiate a bold career pivot. If you've been stuck in a financial rut, this is when the breakthrough solution will appear. If you've been awaiting permission to fundamentally change your life, this is it. The universe will not ask you twice. And this, remember, is just the warm-up. Because what unfolds the very next day is the main event. At 3003 in the afternoon on Thursday, April 9th, Mars will decisively cross the threshold from Pisces into Aries. And when I say everything changes, I mean absolutely everything. Mars rules Aries. This is its natural domain, its home. This is where Mars operates at its absolute maximum power, unburdened by restrictions, devoid of hesitation, and utterly unapologetic. If Mars in Pisces was a warrior attempting to navigate through a thick, disorienting fog using only intuition, Mars in Aries is that very same warrior stepping into broad daylight, fully armed with a clear and undeniable target in sight. The shift will be immediate, visceral, and undeniable. Suddenly, the oppressive exhaustion lifts. The debilitating confusion dissipates. The endless cycle of emotional processing ceases. You will feel it in your body first, a surge of raw energy, a profound restlessness, an almost aggressive compulsion to move, to act, to initiate, to fight fiercely for what you desire. This isn't a subtle transition. You are going to awaken on April 9th, feeling as though someone has turned the volume of your entire life up to maximum. The patience you've been desperately clinging to? Gone. The incessant overthinking? Irrelevant. The fear that has held you captive? It no longer possesses the same suffocating grip. Mars in Aries is the cosmic equivalent of someone grabbing you firmly by the shoulders and shouting, "Stop waiting, stop hesitating. It's time to move." But here's where the intensity escalates even further. Mars is not entering Aries alone when it crosses that threshold on April 9th. It will be joining the Sun, Saturn, Neptune, Mercury, and Chiron, all clustered together in the initial degrees of Aries. This creates what astrologers term a stellium, a massive concentration of planetary energy in a single sign. And this stellium is activating something even grander, the Saturn-Neptune conjunction. These two powerhouse planets have been positioned together at the very beginning of Aries since the start of the year, signifying a generational turning point. Saturn embodies reality, structure, karma, and the hard lessons of life. Neptune represents dreams, illusions, spirituality, and dissolution. When Mars collides with this conjunction, it acts as the spark that ignites the fuse. Dreams and illusions, Neptune, are aggressively tested against harsh reality, Saturn, compelled by decisive, undeniable action, Mars. The truth becomes unavoidable. False paths collapse instantly. Real paths emerge with brutal clarity. This is the pivotal week when you cease merely talking about change, and you undeniably become it. This is when the version of you that has been waiting, planning, and preparing gets forcefully shoved aside, and the version of you that acts, leads, and conquers takes over. However, I must issue a warning. Mars in Aries does not come with an instruction manual. It cares little for strategy, patience, or consequences. Its sole focus is on the now, and that is both its extraordinary gift and its inherent danger. The paramount risk this week presents is sheer impulsivity. Pure, reckless, burn-it-all-down impulsivity. Mars in Aries craves action for the sake of acting, fighting for the sake of fighting. It wants to move fast and break things. While this energy is phenomenal for vanquishing fear, stepping into leadership, and reclaiming your personal power, it can also lead to catastrophic mistakes if you are not consciously aware. Arguments will erupt faster than you can even process them. You'll utter words you cannot retrieve. You'll make decisions in the heat of the moment that you'll spend months, perhaps years, trying to undo. You might burn bridges you genuinely needed, abandon jobs without any backup plan, or discard relationships simply because they annoyed you on a random Tuesday. The fire of Aries is undeniably potent, but fire, by its nature, does not discriminate. It will incinerate what needs to go, but it will also destroy what you desperately wish to preserve if you are not exceedingly careful. This is precisely why Major Shift 3 is so utterly crucial. Because just as the Aries energy threatens to spiral uncontrollably, the cosmos intervenes with a necessary reality check. At 1 a.m. on Friday, April 10th, just hours after Mars ignites the Aries stellium, the Moon reaches its last quarter phase in Capricorn. If Mars in Aries embodies the impulsive teenager grabbing the car keys and speeding recklessly into the night, the Capricorn last quarter moon is the stern, grounded parent standing in the driveway saying, "Where exactly do you think you're going? Do you have a plan? Do you have gas money? What's your backup if this doesn't work out?" Capricorn is ruled by Saturn, the planet of reality, discipline, and long-term consequences. This is not the sign that will cheer you on as you impulsively leap off a cliff, merely hoping you'll miraculously sprout wings on the descent. This is the sign that demands you construct a robust parachute first. The last quarter moon represents a crisis point within the lunar cycle. It is the moment when you are compellingly forced to confront what is genuinely working and what is undeniably failing. It is the cosmic audit, the moment of truth, the juncture where you either courageously release the dead weight or stubbornly continue dragging it forward into the next cycle. This Capricorn moon will ask you a very simple, very direct question. Can you sustain this? Can you realistically sustain the decision you are about to make with Mars in Aries? Can you afford it financially? Can you emotionally handle its ramifications? Is this decision genuinely driven by authentic ambition, or is it merely your ego attempting to prove something? This alignment isn't designed to halt your progress, it is profoundly intended to mature you, because passion devoid of structure is simply chaos. Bravery without a well-conceived plan is merely recklessness. And the universe does not reward recklessness, it rewards disciplined, purposeful action. The Capricorn last quarter moon is systematically stripping away your excuses. It's dismantling the ingrained struggle mentality, the deeply held belief that you must suffer endlessly to attain success. It's forcing you to release outdated plans that demand Herculean, Sisyphean effort with minimal, often unsatisfactory return. And here's the most important realization it brings. It's teaching you that you don't have to meticulously control every single aspect to succeed. You don't have to exhaust yourself proving your worth. You don't have to make life far harder than it inherently needs to be. The maturity this moon demands is uncomfortable, certainly not the fun part of the week, but it is the absolutely essential part that ensures the risks you daringly take with Mars in Aries actually lead somewhere sustainable and fruitful, instead of merely exploding catastrophically in your face. At the very beginning, I promised to tell you the specific reason why you've been feeling like you're trapped in quicksand, as if something perpetually pulls you back every time you attempt to move forward. This is it. You've been operating under the pervasive Mars in Pisces energy, where genuine action feels impossible because nothing is clear. You've been swimming through a thick, disorienting fog, desperately trying to make decisions without knowing where solid ground lies. And every time you believed you were making progress, the inherent lack of boundaries and clarity in Pisces made you doubt whether you were even heading in the correct direction. But the universe wasn't punishing you. It was meticulously preparing you. Because Mars in Pisces compelled you to profoundly develop your intuition. It forced you to trust your inner compass, even when you couldn't visually perceive the path ahead. It forced you to deeply feel your way through the darkness. And now, as Mars definitively enters Aries, you're not just gaining clarity, you're gaining clarity that is powerfully backed by deep spiritual knowing. You are not charging forward blindly. You are charging forward, armed with the profound wisdom you painstakingly gained in the fog. That is precisely why this week is so immensely powerful. You've diligently done the internal work. You've deeply felt the feelings. You've thoroughly processed the emotions. And now, you are truly ready to act. Now, I understand that this week sounds incredibly intense, and indeed it is. But here's what nobody often tells you about these cosmic pressure cookers. There is always an extraordinary gift waiting on the other side. As the week draws to a close on April 11th and 12th, the moon will transition into Aquarius and form an intense conjunction with Pluto, the planet of death, rebirth, and total transformation. This profound shift redirects the energy from personal ego and immediate action towards the bigger picture, the collective good, and the long-term vision. It's as if the universe is gently asking you, okay, you've made the bold moves. You've taken the risks. You've faced the reality checks. Now, what are you actually building? What is the deeper purpose behind all of this? How does this serve something greater than just your own immediate desires? And just as you begin to integrate that deeper purpose, Venus and Jupiter, the two most beneficial planets in all of astrology, will form an exact, harmonious alignment. On April 13th, Venus will be in Taurus, her home sign, operating at maximum strength over love, money, beauty, and comfort. Jupiter will be in Cancer, his sign of exaltation, operating at peak capacity over expansion, luck, faith, and emotional security. When these two benevolent powerhouses connect in perfect harmony after the chaotic fire of the week, it's akin to the universe proclaiming, "You survived the initiation. You made the hard choices. You grew up. And now, here is your well-deserved reward." This weekend ushers in a massive wave of luck, prosperity, and profound emotional healing. After the arguments, the reality checks, and the intense action, the cosmos provides a much-needed balm. Relationships begin to mend. Money flows more freely. Opportunities miraculously expand. You begin to feel safe again, but this time, it's a safety built on authenticity and courage, rather than avoidance and fear. The individuals who bravely push through the intensity of April 8th-10th will experience this Venus-Jupiter alignment as an immense upgrade, financial windfalls, romantic breakthroughs, creative explosions, and a deep, soul-level sense of happiness and unwavering security. But those who resisted, who remained ensnared in fear, who refused to seize the risks offered by Mars and Uranus, they will still find themselves in the very same place, wondering why everyone else seems to be effortlessly moving forward while they remain inexplicably still. Here's the truth. Nobody truly wants to speak aloud. Not everyone is going to navigate this week successfully, not because the universe is cruel, but because true transformation necessitates courage, and not everyone is genuinely willing to be brave. This week is presenting you with 3 distinct, incredibly powerful opportunities. Domesticate. Wednesday, April 8th, provides you with the key to unlock a door you once believed was permanently sealed. It's the unconventional solution, the wild, audacious idea, the sudden, unexpected opportunity. But you must seize it swiftly, because this powerful energy will not endure. Thurs, it imbues you with the energy, the confidence, and the undeniable fire to fight for what you truly desire. It strips away all hesitation and fear, but you must wield it responsibly, because unchecked fire will burn everything, including yourself. To Sig, Friday, April 10th, grounds you. It compels you to grow up, to release the futile struggle, to ensure that the path you are fearlessly charging down is genuinely sustainable. It's not enjoyable, but it is absolutely necessary. And it represents the fundamental difference between a transformative breakthrough and a debilitating breakdown. Some individuals will embrace all 3 opportunities and profoundly transform their entire lives by the end of this week. Others will unfortunately ignore them, convinced they have more time, and they will awaken in 6 months wondering why absolutely nothing has changed. The second week of April 2026 isn't just another week on the calendar. It is a threshold, a definitive line in the sand, a moment where the universe asks you point blank, are you truly ready to step into the next, higher version of your life? Or are you going to remain comfortably ensconced in the one you have clearly outgrown? You cannot fake your way through this. You cannot manifest your way around it. You simply have to take action. Real, tangible, sometimes terrifying action. But if you do, if you courageously seize the opportunity on April 8th, if you channel the blazing fire of April 9th with clarity and profound purpose, and if you ground yourself in the essential discipline of April 10th, you will undeniably look back on this week as the pivotal moment everything irrevocably changed. Not because the stars magically did it for you, but because the stars provided the perfect conditions, and you possessed the extraordinary courage to utilize them. The energy is building intensely right now. You are already feeling it, aren't you? That persistent restlessness, that undeniable sense that something profound is coming, that strange magnetic pull toward change, even though change itself can be terrifying. That's not anxiety, that's not fear. That's your soul recognizing the monumental opportunity before your conscious mind has even fully caught up. The dense fog of Pisces is lifting. The potent fire of Aries is igniting, and in just a few short days, you are going to be standing at a momentous crossroads with a life-altering choice to make. The universe is handing you the tools. The question is, what magnificent creation are you going to build? If you're still watching, I'd like to extend my sincere thanks for your undivided attention. If you found this content insightful and wish to see more, please consider clicking the subscribe button. Your support is deeply appreciated. Feel free to share your experiences or thoughts in the comments below, especially if you're already feeling the profound shifts of this significant week. Until next time, take care and remember to subscribe for more insightful content.